YouTube.
Well, we will be in a second.
Mine says live on YouTube.
And there we
On
are.
YouTube. Well, we will be in a second.
Okay,
Mine says live on YouTube.
we are now. We're good.
It's pretty delayed.
We're ready?
Yep.
We're live. Welcome all. Hi, Julie. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
I guess we're talking about the pricing that Julie sent over. Core sampling. I guess let's start there to figure out what streets we want. We're ready. When they're here, or I guess recommend to council. You know what I mean? So we can do all this recommending tomorrow night. I guess we're talking about the price. I know we had talked before. Elliott Church. What streets we want. James. Are there any others that we want? Just recommend to council. You know what I mean? So we can do all this recommending tomorrow night.
What? Where's that feedback coming
We
from?
talked before.
I think it's YouTube is very delayed. If you can shut the volume off of the YouTube, we don't need to watch that. We just need to watch the Zoom ourselves.
Are there any others?
I don't have YouTube on.
I don't either.
I
I
think
don't.
it's coming from Rhonda's office, I believe, on her computer. She's watching the YouTube feed. Delayed.
It's got to be from mine, but I don't.
YouTube is very delayed. If you can shut the volume off of YouTube,
When I shut it,
watch the Zoom out.
I don't have YouTube on.
I don't either.
You can also just mute your microphone until you talk so we don't get the feedback.
when I do,
Okay.
Yeah, technology is wonderful.
Did we lose Rhonda?
I think so.
I think so.
Well, either that or she just isn't moving.
Yeah.
And now I lost Wayne. Oh, now you're back. Whoa.
Has anybody noticed how slow Verizon Cellular has been the last couple of days?
Yeah. I've been having problems making calls even. I don't even try to download anything this week so far on my cell phone.
Really? I have not really had any issues.
Oh, I have no most of the time at the end of the peninsula here. I couldn't get anything better than 3G even driving into Port Clinton, and neither could
Really?
Barron.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have a tower out of service or something.
That's what I was wondering.
Possibly.
All right. While we're waiting, I'm going to bring up those proposals on my screen. Okay. Well,
I'm wondering if she can't get back on.
I still show that we're streaming live on YouTube.
yeah, That's what it says on mine too.
Do you want me to text her and see?
Yeah, or
Right.
maybe you have her cell number.
Yes.
Just give her a call, maybe.
Okay.
She just sent me a text. She said she lost her internet connection.
Hi.
Technology, great.
Ugh.
Yeah. Do you want to call in? And do you want me to just put you on speaker and you can?
Yeah, could you stay on speaker on your phone?
Okay. She said that we can go ahead with the meeting without her. She lost that connection. And Dwayne, if you'll just let her know when the meeting is over.
Sure,
Does that work for everybody?
Yeah,
that
that's-
works.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, we will carry on and Dwayne will let you know when we are done. Okay. No problem. Bye, Rhonda. Okay.
well, that's
Okay.
fine.
Ain't
Um,
technology great?
Yeah. I guess I'm trying to look through, was it the pricing for the core samplings, was that 1,500, Julie?
Yes.
Okay, and that's essentially for the day to come in, you know what I mean, for the ones that, how long does it take, I guess? I guess that's what I'm trying to figure is how many streets.
Which proposal are we talking about? The pavement evaluation?
You know what? I didn't provide an actual proposal for the pavement cores.
Right.
This was, I didn't reach out to one of the firms, geotechnical firms, for like the full report on your soils and all of that. But CT can do the pavement cores, tell you how much stone and how much asphalt you have, put together a pretty like basic report with the photos and the data that I'm thinking that cost would probably double or triple if you reach out to TTL, and I have a great relationship with them. So I don't have a problem in the world reaching out to them. Or I can reference past proposals, whatever you want. But this was just the cost of our guys coming to Marblehead for one full day, performing as many pavement cores as possible within a full day's work because of the economy of scale. Like once they're already here and they're mobilized, I think Rhonda and I figured to cut it back to like 4 pavement cores, maybe $150 or $200. So the price of $1,500 basically got you, and it depends how long it takes them to do the cores. They can do 2 to 3 per hour. And they've got an hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes to get here and then for the return trip. So
Wayne, I don't have a copy of this proposal that we're talking about.
I did not, I basically dropped Rhonda a number.
Okay,
I could put together a proposal. We could do it under our general services contract, whatever you want.
okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing a document somewhere, so.
No. And, you know, I mean, sometimes like I'll put together a formal proposal and somebody just wanted a number. So that's why I kind of toss her a number first.
Okay,
And if she's interested still, if I didn't scare you away, put the words in.
okay. Yeah, that's
So,
fine.
do you want a formal proposal or do you just want to do it under the general engineering?
I don't think we need to get too crazy with it. don't you, Blaine? I mean,
No, I'm just, I know, I mean, all we need is depth. You know what I mean? Exactly what you're giving is what we need. I mean, we
Right.
don't need the scientific data. You know what I mean, for the core samples for what we're looking at doing. I guess that's why the last time we had talked about that would fall in the scope of what you guys can do. So we've essentially got half a day for them driving. You know what I mean? 3.5 to 4 hours of drive time. So they would be able to do what, 3 to 4 streets, correct?
Yeah. They'll likely get done 8 to 12 cores.
Okay. So we want, I know we want Elliott and Church. Do you guys agree then James, since they're in that same, and that was the next one on the list?
yeah, I'm good with that.
James and Erie were the next two on the list, but I know that James is, you know what I mean, above Erie, I guess, so we would have it at that point.
Elliott, then Church, and then James, and that's good.
Yeah.
They do 12 and you're doing 3 samples per street or 4 samples per street, you're
We
good.
can,
Right.
we can do 2
Yeah.
per street and stretch that out, whatever you want.
Okay, James is a little longer than maybe Elliott and Church, so
And
Maybe
I
not.
would throw in an extra street or 2, just because if they can keep going, I would gather as much data as possible.
Should we maybe consider doing Erie Street? Because that's one where we've got some pavement degradation and we know we're gonna have issues to deal with in sometime in the next probably 5 years.
yeah, if they're
Right.
gonna time to do that, we should do Erie if they're there.
Erie's number 4 on the list
Okay.
when you go back. So yeah, if we can add Erie, that would be. Do you
Yeah.
need another one? All right, I think that'll pretty much take them the full time.
I think so too.
I think so too.
So
So did you want 2 per street, 3 per street?
Elliott,
Or
I'm a little nervous about doing just 2 per street.
yeah, especially Church and Elliott.
Yeah,
I mean, the north half of the south half of James has been done
right.
within. So, you know, even if we start at the Church and it's north, you know what I mean?
Yes.
For the sampling at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think,
1 per block then?
yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
But like Erie Street is just one, there's no other road. So it is, the entire road is a block, basically.
Yeah,
I think we need at least 2 or 3 there.
yeah, I agree.
Well, get James, Elliott, Church, it's 12 core samples there if you do 3 per street.
Yeah, that's true. And like
Yeah.
Dwight said, you probably only need 1 for James because you only have that basically from the Church to Prairie Street.
That's the only section we're talking about in James.
No, but everything south of there was already repaved. I don't know how long ago.
So
Yeah.
We know we're good there.
It was in the
So-
early 2000s that was done.
Well, then maybe just for James and 3 or 4 everywhere else if they have time.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Right.
To include Erie.
So was the work on starting at Barkley?
Say that again, Julie, you broke up.
Was the work at James starting at Barkley?
For the core sampling, yes.
So 1 from Barkley to Church, 1 from Church to Prairie, and 1 north of Prairie?
I think that would be sufficient.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So Church, we're not going west of Stone. Or are we?
That's private at that point, isn't it?
I believe so.
I think everything west of Stone Street is privately owned
Okay,
on that street.
Church Street?
Yeah,
No, between Perry and Stone, Church Street there is Village
that-
Street.
between Perry and Stone, but if you go west of Stone, it's private.
Yes, West Stone, I think, is private.
I believe
Yeah.
Stone Street is the border because Church and also is Prairie Street private west of there too?
Uh,
do you want me to
Brian.
see?
Brian
just
has
a little,
those.
yeah, well, they're, right, just,
I'm gonna look.
it's actually just a little west. It does extend a little west of that on, you know what I mean, of Stone there, but not far. You know what I mean? It's only, isn't it like a few driveways and then the barricades are up? Aren't there like
On
3 of them
Prairie,
that are in?
and you talking on Prairie Street? Where they put the
Correct.
barricade?
Yes,
Yes,
from Stone to the barricades is Village, correct?
it's Village, yes. And then to Harsh's Road, from the barricades to Harsh's Road there, that's private.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Okay, so then
I thought I,
Elliott, we're doing one between Gilbert and Stone and one between Stone and Perry.
which road are we talking about now? Are we on Church?
Elliott,
Oh, on Elliott. Gilbert and Stone. I'm trying to picture it.
do
Yeah,
you want me to
Gilbert and Stone, and then Stone to James.
Perry?
Harry.
Or Perry, yeah, sorry. Oh, Brian Lucas raised his hand. I didn't even know he was here.
Yeah, he was gonna get on. I talked to him today.
Okay. Are you on, Brian?
And he says he's gonna get, I don't
See
I
him.
don't
logged in,
see
but I
him.
noticed that he raised his hand, so. Let me call him real quick.
Sure, I
Yeah.
can type him a message.
Yeah, because I'm not seeing him.
I just sent him a message. Do you want to say something? I don't know if he knows how to
Are
reply.
you watching? Are you on YouTube or are you on? You can't do it on YouTube. You have to do it on Zoom. Okay, it doesn't show you. Oh wait, yeah, there he is. Oh, okay, hang on. I will allow you to talk. I don't know why I'm not the host of this meeting. I don't know why I have that power, but try it now.
Wow.
He has to unmute his microphone, I think.
Yeah, you have to unmute yourself. I'm not sure how to do that.
Bottom left corner.
Well, he's on a cell phone. He's not on his computer.
Oh.
Are you on a telephone connection or are you?
Yeah, I'm on a telephone connection because my computer has no screen or no camera screen.
Okay, you're on now.
Uh,
Can you hear me?
There you.
So can you hear me
there you
now?
are.
Yeah, I can hear you, Brian.
Hear you now.
Prairie is private from Stone Street to the barricade and from the barricade to Harsh Road.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Okay.
Everything west of Stone Street is private on Church and Prairie.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Okay.
All right, we heard it from the horse.
Okay. But we're
John,
not doing any cores on Prairie. Is that correct?
Nothing west of Stone Street anywhere.
Okay. So we have 2 on Elliott, 2 on Church, 3 on James, and 2 to 3 on Erie. Is that?
Correct.
Yeah, that sounds right. I wonder
So I
if
think,
we do 3 on Elliott just because it's so bad.
yeah.
one in front of Molnox and 2 on the other side.
Yeah, like I was thinking, like just take that whole stretch and just kind of space it out in 4, divide it by 4 and do 3 samples. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or 1 on each end and 1 in the center, however they think it would be best.
Yeah, because that road is, that is the worst.
Okay. So 3, 6, 9. So that's 11. Is pick another street just in case they have to make it
How many are we doing
further.
on Erie?
Pardon?
How many are we doing on Erie?
2 to 3?
Yeah, I think we definitely want 3 on Erie.
3? Okay. Let me change that.
That gets us to 12 then, right?
Oh, I have 2 on Church. You want 3 on Church as well?
Wouldn't hurt.
Wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
So 3 on Church, 3 on Elliott,
3 on Erie.
3 on James.
And 3 on James.
Yes.
I said 3 for each, 4 streets, 12, we're good. Well, hopefully you get 12.
Okay. And then, I guess since that's settled, that'll be the 12. That'll, time-wise, I don't think, Julie, there's, I don't think, do you want another street suggestion? But I don't think they'll have time with, I mean, that's 12, so with the time here and the time back, that's gonna be,
Yeah, I
and
think that-
we're not gonna go anywhere. We're not gonna do anything with any other streets in the next 2 to 3 years unless
right.
there's something major that, you know what I mean? So planning wise, that'll get us through the next few years.
Yep.
At least we'll know then. So,
One thing I had suggested to Rhonda was incorporating this information as you guys do pavement cores, incorporating it into your GIS system, so you're not concerned about losing the information, so that it's always there.
Oh, I thought that was a given.
It isn't unless you want to do that. I mean, right now, I understand from Rhonda that the village pays RCAP to host your database. I think you pay quarterly for it. And any updates be included in that.
Okay.
And I know CT can host it for free, but we likely wouldn't do the updates for free. So we can help out with that, and that can be a conversation for another day if you want.
Yes.
But I would recommend, like, we have payment cores on Alexander Pike. I would recommend, like, I can comb through what we have on Marblehead and locate anything that we have. And if you guys do the same, we can pull all our information and somehow get that, whether it's through RCAP or through us, get that incorporated into GIS so that.
I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
yeah.
Okay.
I guess, Julie, my question would be, so that would be, is that part of that second proposal? Because you sent one over for proposal for GIS pavement evaluation.
It isn't, but I mean, that's something that we can add to that. Problem.
Okay. I mean, I remember, I looked through it, but I couldn't remember if that was part of, you know what I mean? That's why I was asking. I just. wanted to
Yeah.
clarify.
Yeah, it isn't, mostly because I was, I didn't know if that was something you were really looking to do or just kind of inquiring, like, what are we, like, what's a ballpark? So I didn't put together a formal proposal.
I think if we're looking at, you know what I mean, the GIS pavement evaluation, we might as well have, yeah, it's a no-brainer to have all of that other information in there also. Like Gene and John said, yeah, it's a no-brainer to me too. I mean, so
Okay.
I guess it'll add to that proposal. So I don't know if we want to wait on that one, just have it updated and then approve it. You know what I mean? Talk about it. And then for the following council meeting, we'll hold off on that one, not talk about that one tomorrow night.
I can add it by tomorrow night if you want me to do that so that you can move forward.
So Julie, I have a question.
Yes.
All of this GIS, I'm trying to wrap my head around it because I'm from the Stone Age. Don't we already have a GIS database of our water lines, right?
Yes.
And I
And
thought we had,
sewer.
what was, don't we have another one too?
You have your storm sewer as well.
Okay,
And Rhonda wasn't sure where that was. I did track it down through RCAP, got them to send us all your files that they have. So we have all of your water, all of your storm sewer. And with the storm sewer proposal, and what I understand from Rhonda is that you're just looking basically to evaluate the castings and the grates. The condition, if they're sitting low, if they're sitting high, how low, how high, and basically what it's going to take to remedy any issues that we find. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes. But my question is more, are all of these going to be combined into one database? Because we have the water line, we have the storm sewer, now we're going to do the pavement. I mean, is this a thing where we have three separate? Because I don't fully understand how this works.
I believe it were, and I'm not a GIS specialist by any means, but I'm going to be learning quite a bit about it because I'm on a new task force within to, you know, kind of figure out what communities like Marblehead are, what you're looking for, what you want to expand this information into. And my understanding is that this is like, there's basically a set of lines associated with each geodatabase. So there's a set of lines for endpoints for your storm sewers and for your water assets. You know, your water shows lines, valves, hydrants, anything like that. Storm sewers has, you know, the actual pipes, the drainage structures, there's a catch basin or a manhole, things like that. And then there's information.
That I get, but what's the advantage of putting a GIS database together for pavement condition as opposed to just I mean, we're not that big of an area, as opposed to just a visual walkthrough evaluation every year or so? I mean, what's the advantage? Why would we do this?
Okay, so you know, when we do the pavement evaluations, there's a few different levels that I want to speak to about that.
Okay.
First of all, we evaluate pavement, and the last time it was done for the village, it was not done this way, but we evaluate pavement based on ODOT's PCR, so pavement condition rating evaluation method.
Okay.
CT created it works through the ArcGIS collector app that you can have on your phone. And we've created a system to evaluate pavement through the application. Where there's a pull down menu, and any one of you or Brian or whoever, once we set this up in 3 to 5 years, if you want to reevaluate your pavement, there's a half-day training through ODOT you can go take the training and one of you guys can evaluate the pavement if that's something that you wanted to do to maintain the system. So that's a huge benefit. It also allows you to see the village at a glance. You can see all the roads color coded by what their PCR is. So maybe the roads that are in great condition are blue, you know, and then green, yellow, orange, red. And so poor is, and you can at a glance see of your roads. And you know, it helps you with the mapping. I know we did Port Clinton's pavement evaluations, and of course there they have stone streets, brick streets, composite, which is asphalt and brick, concrete and asphalt, you know, whatever. They have asphalt streets, concrete streets, they have every combination of streets. And so we made a map for them of the existing pavement material. You can do a map of the recommended improvements. Are these slated to be a mill and fill or reconstruct? And it's a matter of, it's very simple to get that output. Another reason is it helps you to track historical data on, you know, we just did Alexander Pike. What is the span that you got out of that? You know, we can go in and update with the year that the work was done. And you can say, wow, we got 15 years out of that. That was, you know, we were only expecting, I don't know, whatever. We were expecting to get 7 years out of this resurfacing. We've got 12. That's great. Or we're not getting the lifespan out of, you know, certain methods. You could see what works for the village, what doesn't. It just helps you better track your improvements.
Okay.
And it also, another nice thing is we can input the cost component so that you have the at a glance like calculation of what improvements would cost to that road. So if it's slated as a 1.5 inch resurfacing, here's the approximate cost of that.
Okay, so the work is in creating that data file to begin with, but then it's got to be updated as changes occur, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
so is that something you guys do then, obviously for a fee?
Yes, and we can do that. I mean, honestly, I'm your village engineer. I would go in and just, you know, Church and Elliott this year, I'll go in and add 2020 is the last day that improvements were made. We did, you know, this is the buildup that was installed, you know, the pavement buildup that we put back. I would do that automatically. So not really a fee for that.
Okay.
I think the fee would come if the village have the capacity to do reevaluations in 3 to 5 years, and you wanted us to do that. Honestly, it's not a big undertaking to do that. It's a day, we estimated it to be a day in the field for that.
Oh, okay.
And I look back at what you paid in 2014 or so, and it wasn't, it was maybe 5,600. So this isn't, you know, substantially more than that cost. We've tried to keep it pared down and not pass on any unnecessary expense.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think we're just trying to alleviate the Bob Boydum effect where we got to go. And Bob, when was the last time I got that paper put away someplace?
Yeah.
For every engineering firm and every construction
And that's
firm
it.
and to grab and say, okay, they did this. This is what the core samples look like 10 years ago. This is what they look like now. It's just a one-stop shop, I think, for administration. And I think it's idea.
And so those core samples, that data is part of that GIS mapping then too? That we did those?
That isn't, and I don't know how you want to handle this. Do you want one? Do you want us to add these things into what we've already given you? Because I can add that into the pavement proposal pretty easily along with the pavement work of the pavement course.
Now, what kind of costs are you talking about to add the course into the GIS system?
I don't have those costs, but honestly, it's not even creating line work. It's, dropping a point in and capturing your pavement thicknesses and even images. We can capture, and that's another thing that was included with the pavement evaluations was I'm envisioning taking pictures of where the evaluations were done, and somebody can pull that up and be like, oh, this is the condition of the pavement. We would do the same thing with the core samples. Like maybe you would be able to pull up the picture that was taken of the actual core sample laying out, like you would typically see in a report. So all of that information would be incorporated. I don't think it's very extensive, but I don't know what that cost is to be
Yeah,
able
that's
to.
all I was asking. I mean, it's just nice to know where the core sample was taken for Elliott Street this year. If you're down the road, we want to do another core sample. You might want to do it someplace else than where you already have data from.
Right. Well, that's why I was asking if that was all, I guess what I'm trying to get my head wrapped around, is this all part of a master data file that has all of this information, or do we have to look 5 different places for these things?
No, and another thing, like, I don't know how it works with RCAP, but they do have your information. They can store it, we can store it. We already had the water geodatabase, so now we have the storm sewer. Like I said, we're not gonna charge you to store that. But if we're adding to it, then we'll charge you for the hours put into it. But we're not gonna try to get rich off of this. It's just a matter of maintaining the system for you to have those records, continue to develop that, and that way maybe you don't ever need to do core samples down Alexander Pike again, because you have that, what was what the investigation showed originally, and then we could add in a typical section from Alexander Pike and show what was put back, and then there's your historical data. I don't know why you would need to go back and spend money on another set of core samples there.
Yeah, because once you do a core sample, it's not like that changes.
No, the pavement buildup can change, but I think as long as we document what it changed, then you're good.
Yeah, okay. All right, so it sounds like we are in favor of approving the pavement GIS proposal then. Right?
That's what
Yeah, I
I
would say there's 2. I was gonna say there's the pavement, the storm sewer, and then the pavement, both. That she sent. There's 2 different ones.
Right.
You can get those before tomorrow night's meeting, Julie, the price for adding to the GIS? You think you would be able to get that, or we can just worry about that at another meeting? Your guys' thoughts.
I know I can add the pavement cores, and I will see, as long as nobody's on vacation, the people that I deal with for GIS are very responsive. So like I said, as long as nobody's on vacation, I'm anticipating being able to get that for you.
All right. Are you guys in agreement that go ahead with the proposals that she had, that she's already sent us?
Yeah.
And then we'll look at the GIS input information when she sends it? which
Yeah.
might be at tomorrow's council meeting, might be the following one, but
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, cool. Good, me too.
Okay.
All right. I think that's it.
Do we want to talk about the storm sewer evaluation then?
Storm sewer, okay.
Do you have
That
questions?
evaluation essentially is going over and looking at everything that we have and essentially prioritizing it just like you do the streets.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, my computer's not responding. Yeah, and I was envisioning doing that, you see the color scale where it goes from 0 to 5. And if, something's, regardless of what it's scored at, provide a reason for that rating. So if it's a 5, why is it a 5? Is it because there's no grate, or is it because there's heavy traffic? It's on a main route, gets a lot of traffic, and it's it's a danger or something. So we'll quantify why rated the way they are, and then capture all of that information that's in the list on page 1 and 2, bottom of 1 and top of 2.
Okay.
And there's a couple of those. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was roughly about an 8-week work schedule, I guess is what I was. So by essentially the end of summer somewhere.
Yeah, and that can be expedited, I'm sure. Again, I always hesitate to just consider my own schedule when I put these together,
Yeah.
and I want to give everybody else enough time to be able to do their work. So I think we can knock it out faster than that.
Thoughts, Dean, John? You're on mute, John.
Sorry.
I mean, it was kind of nice you were on mute, but
I said I'm good with it. I think we should move forward. We have to check and see where we are appropriation wise, but we could talk with Rhonda about that at the meeting tomorrow. I think we have a sufficient budget, but we need to just double check that.
Dean, okay. All right.
Sure.
I will ask, tell Rhonda and see if we can put those on the agenda for tomorrow
Okay, sounds good.
for a recommendation. Okay. All right. Anything else?
I have nothing else.
All right. Have a great rest of the day, everyone.
Hey, you too. Thanks, Julie. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. Always.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Julie. See
All right.
everybody later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have a great